Hi guys, my name is Pawan and welcome to my YouTube channel buildingyourdreams.com. So today we'll be discussing about the chapter 12 in the business studies, that is of consumer protection. So this chapter is basically asked for 7 marks, and the concepts which we are going to discuss today is about the rights of consumers, which is the different totally overall 6 consumer rights. Then we'll be discussing about the responsibilities of consumers while purchasing, utilizing and consuming of goods, and then we are going to discuss about the monetary limits of claims. So all these 3 concepts will be discussed in this part 1. So the remaining portions will be continued in the part 2. So this chapter is very important because as a consumer you must be aware of your own rights and responsibilities. So this chapter plays a very important role. So now let's get started. Starting with, what is consumer protection? The consumer protection means it is basically a sense of protection towards the consumers from not being exploited of the goods and services. It provides a proper fair of trade services for the goods and services. Like when you're purchasing a good and services, you will be not being exploited if you are aware of all these rules and regulations. So this is basically about the consumer protection. So it basically provides a sense of knowledge. It gives you aware of your own rights and responsibilities while you are in this present consumer corporate world. While you're purchasing goods, while you're selling the goods and all other factors, you will be having a wide amount of knowledge in various other aspects. So there are overall 6 rights for the consumers. The first one is right to safety. What is right to safety? So right to safety, it's basically that it provides a safety towards the consumer while purchasing of goods and services. It provides a security towards the consumer while purchasing of goods and services against hazardous products which can affect the health aspects of the consumers. And the second one is right to be informed. The right to be informed basically which states that the consumer has the complete right to get informed about the product, what are the ingredients used, how it is manufactured. The consumer can get all this information and he has the right for it. And the third one is right to choose. Among the different types of products, the consumer has the right to choose which product he wants. That right is being promoted and given to the consumers. This is known as right to choose. And right to be heard. For example, you have been exploited by a company, you have a right, complete authority and responsibility that you can file a case against that company. So under the right to be heard, you can file a case or you can file a complaint regarding it, because you have the complete authority if you're finding dissatisfaction of that particular goods or services. So the next one is right to seek redressal. Right to seek redressal is basically a sense where you can get relief of the product. For example, if you are finding any type of dissatisfaction of that particular product of goods and services, you may just get a complete relief. This is known as right to seek redressal. Right to seek redressal. And the next one is right to consumer education. The right to consumer education is basically that you has a complete authority and responsibility to know about your own various other types of rights over here. So you have complete rights to know about which are the various factors of rights which has been existing and how to function while you are purchasing the goods. So you can get a complete knowledge. There is no obstacle or there is no restriction for you that you are not supposed to know these rights or not. You can get complete knowledge factor in this entire factor known as consumer education. Right to consumer education. There is a entire right to get entire information about the various rights plus the various information about the products and services. So now overall in this first concept we discuss what is consumer protection. Then we discuss which are the various rights to the consumers. The first one is right to safety. Second one is right to be informed. Third one is right to choose. Fourth one is right to be heard. And the fifth one is right to seek redressal. And the sixth one is right to consumers education. So these are overall 6 rights of consumers. And the next one is monetary limits of claim. So what is this monetary limits of claim? Monetary limits of claim is basically that as a consumer, if you're thinking that, if you just assume that for example, you are getting exploited by a particular product or a particular type of services by a firm or something like that, you can file a complaint, right? We discussed in this same point even in the rights, right? So you can file a complaint against that firm or certain type of company, right? So in the monetary limits of claim, the first one is the District Consumer Redressal Forum. The first one is which one? District Consumer Redressal Forum. Second one is State Consumer Redressal Commission. Third one is National Consumer Redressal Commission. So there are overall 3 monetary limits for the claims. Okay. So in the monetary limits of claim in the District Consumer Redressal Forum, which says that the value of goods or services and compensation claiming not exceeding 20 lakhs, you can go to this particular place known as District Consumer Redressal Forum. For example, you have any problem regarding your product, and if you file a case against that particular company which is below than 20 lakhs, you can just go directly towards a District Consumer Redressal Forum. So in the State Consumer Redressal Commission is basically about the value of goods or services and compensation claiming not exceeds, which is basically from 20 lakhs to 1 crore. So any problem from 20 lakh from your, for example, cost of your product which is 20 lakhs or which is above than 20 lakhs up to 1 crore. So all these complaints you can just directly forward towards the State Consumer Redressal Commission. You can file a complaint over there and you will get proper amount of justification in this commission. And the third one is National Consumer Redressal Commission is basically which is value of goods and services and compensation claiming not excluding. That means it is which is basically more than 1 crore. You can file a case in National Consumer Redressal Commission. So this is about the monetary limits of claims, which is studied 3 aspects now. District Consumer Redressal Forum, it's easy. Second one is State Consumer Redressal Forum, and third one is National Consumer Redressal Commission. And the next one is responsibilities of consumers while purchasing, utilizing and consuming of goods and services. For example, you're purchasing a goods, it's very important to understand your responsibility, right? As a consumer, what are your responsibilities? There are totally 5 responsibilities which is stated over here. The first one is awareness of rights. You must be completely aware of all the rights, all these rights. For example, when you're purchasing any type of good, as a consumer, you must be aware about all these rights. This is right to safety, right to be informed, right to choose, right to be heard, right to seek redressal, and right to consumer education. So as a consumer, you must be aware of all these rights. Next one is quality conscious. You must be quality conscious in terms of, you must check whether that product is being run through particular type of quality brands such as Agmark, etc. So all this thing you must be aware of. So if the product has Agmark and various other values which shows that they have high standard Agmark, and this shows that high standard plus there is proper amount of quality. So you must make sure that these brand names are there in that particular product. Next one is not to be misled by false advertisement. Now most of the consumers has been basically misled with the help of false advertisement which has been shown in the TV. It's basically that particular company, they brand themselves, they show you through this advertisement, they attract you. This is basically a term of attraction towards the consumers to attract you so that they get more profit. So now because of this factor you must not get misled. So you must be aware, because once you just understand all your rights, all responsibilities, you will not get thrown out of the community basically from all your rights, or you will be not cheated in the entire community system. So you must not get misled by the false advertisement. And the next one is cautious consumers. So it's very important that you must be entirely cautious about various other aspects. What are the ingredients they're using in the product? Are they using proper amount of particular type of ingredients in that particular product? For example, that plays a very important role in the, when you're consuming it, it should not affect your life. So you must be a little more cautious. You must be a little more cautious consumer. As a cautious consumer, it's basically meaning that you must have a knowledge about various aspects about how they are manufacturing, or what are the ingredients they are using. Are they using some other chemicals or various other aspects which can affect your life? So you must be aware of these things. Next one is ask for cash memo. It's very important that you ask for cash memo. For example, I'm going for a very branded company and I'm purchasing a type of products in terms of, for example, it may be clothes or any type of bag or anything like that. It's very necessary for me to ask for a cash memo. Cash memo is very important as a factor of proof. As a factor of proof, it's very important. So that's the main important reason. Whenever you're going to a firm, it's very important for you to have a cash memo. You are supposed to ask a cash memo because it's your solemnly responsible. It's your responsibility as well as you're responsible as a consumer to ask for it. Okay. So now in this part 1 video, we have been discussed what are the rights of consumers, consumer protection. Then we discussed about monetary limits of claims in terms of District Consumer Redressal Forum, State Consumer Redressal Commission, and then National Commission Redressal Commission. And then we discussed about the responsibilities of consumers while purchasing, utilizing and consuming of goods and services. Hope you all enjoyed this video, and if you do like this video, please do like it and subscribe as well as share it, because the sense of knowledge needs to be aware by all the consumers. So hope to video in my next video. It's basically the part 2 of the same chapter. So bye. See you in my next video. Goodbye.